I am Tony Parker from the San Antonio Spurs.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers.
I'm Nick Young. You're tuning in to Kicks on Court.
Hey again, everybody, and welcome back to the latest Kicks on Court Weekly Recap. I'm your host, George Kill, and on today's show, we examine the Under Armour Anatomix Spawn by way of our review report segment. We'll have that ahead, plus Clippers All-Star Blake Griffin discusses the biggest perks of being a member of the Jordan brand team. But first, let's begin with the week in retros. Ray Allen revisited the Air Jordan 13 He Got Game edition in the debut of Miami's name collection jerseys with Spike Lee on hand. Terrence Ross continued his stellar play in the white cement Air Jordan 3, and Quincy Miller played his best game of the season in the rarely seen silver anniversary Air Jordan 2 and also debuted the Bobcats Air Jordan 10. Isaiah Thomas took to the court in the Reebok Shaqnosis. Markieff Morris wore the Pearl Foamposite Pro. Amir Johnson went all red with the Motorboat Jones Air Jordan 9. But his most notable kicks on court came in the form of his debut of the Drake exclusive OVO Air Jordan 12. It has now been little over a year since Blake Griffin joined Nike's Jordan brand. The burly power forward has obviously enjoyed the benefit of getting an endless amount of player exclusives throughout the past year. But according to him, there are even bigger perks that are more significant than a free pair of shoes.
The biggest perks, the All-Star game, they take care of all the Jordan guys, with our package that we get for the All-Star, the Jordan parties, all that, it's great. And, getting to go on the tour in China was a lot of fun. And really just, the interaction with the other Jordan guys and the relationships you grow, being in Jordan.
Blake also touched on the advantages of playing in the Jordan Super.Fly 2.
For me, playing, I like high tops. And that shoe is for how light it is, it's extremely durable. The flight plate, the flight plate technology, to me, is the first time I worn a shoe and actually felt, the technology, the so-called technology. Felt it working. Honestly, it's been one of my favorite shoes to wear.
As you noticed earlier, we witnessed a strong retro week with wearers of the OVO Air Jordan 12 and He Got Game Air Jordan 13. But let's now check out the week in non-retro kicks. James Harden wore a brand new Nike Zoom Crusader PE. Carmelo Anthony broke out a home edition of the Jordan Melo M10, while teammate Raymond Felton returned from injury in a new Under Armour Anatomix Spawn PE. Tony Roden opted for variety with wears of the Air Jordan 19 and the Nike Barkley Posit Max. Austin Rivers reverted back to his My Adidas D-Rose 4, and a ton of players, including Jared Jack, DeMarcus Cousins, Bradley Beal, and Andre Iguodala, displayed PE versions of the newly surfaced Nike Zoom Hyper Rare. Last Friday, we kicked off our brand new segment for the month of January called the Review Report. Each week, we'll highlight one of my favorite shoes of 2013 on court and discuss 3 main points in regard to its performance. Now, following last Friday's rundown of the Jordan CP37, we now head to the hardwood with the Under Armour Anatomix Spawn. Alright guys, the Anatomix Spawn is Under Armour's flagship basketball shoe, and it first released this past fall, a month before the season began, for $120. Steph Curry is the lead endorser of the Spawn, but it is also worn by other point guards, including Kemba Walker, Brandon Jennings, Raymond Felton, and Grievous Vasquez. The absolute biggest takeaway from wear testing the Spawn was the lockdown and fit of the shoe. Honestly, I've never tested a shoe that fits as snug and compacted as the Anatomix Spawn. It's a slim constructed shoe to begin with, so it'll probably be better for a person with narrow feet, and it really feels as if it is one with your foot. I know that expression is used quite often with performance shoes, but this shoe is truly in unison with your foot, fits true to size, and in my opinion, the best fitting shoe on the market today. The materials on this shoe are durable and breathable, but I found them to be more flexible than anything. The Spawn has pockets of mesh throughout the base, and the most amount of mesh is actually found on the toe area, making that the most flexible area on the shoe. You can almost bend the shoe into a ball. Flexibility allows for natural gait and allows the foot to instinctively roll through a step. The traction pattern is very simple, nothing fancy here, but it does the trick as with most herringbone bottoms. Now, it is noticeably thinner than other herringbone traction patterns we've seen, so it may not be as durable and may not be outdoor court friendly for a very long time. Now, to get details on the Spawn's cushioning and other aspects of the shoe, check out the full wear test on nicekicks.com. Also, if you've played in the Anatomix Spawn, let us know in the comment section below how you feel about its performance capabilities. Now, thanks to you guys, we received a number of entries for our Fave 5 this week, but obviously, only 5 can be chosen. Let's check them out. My man DL413 Bless hit the court in the Christmas Nike Kobe 8. Ankle Broken 27 went with the Laney Air Jordan 5s and Laney socks, while X Kelly 00 laced up the camo Nike Air Penny 5. WEJSBs took to the blacktop in the Reebok Kamikaze 2, and coming in at number 1 is Dez_5, who wore the Oregon Nike Air Foamposite 1. Well, as always, thank you guys for tuning in each and every Friday for your Kicks on Court news here. Also, don't forget to tell us about your experiences in the Anatomix Spawn in the comment section below. I'm your host, George Kill, and before we close, check out our Heat highlight of the week. James Harden nearly drops Austin Rivers with a simple step back in his Nike Zoom Crusader PE. Now, I know he pushed off, but was it enough to leave Rivers stumbling?
Now Lynn gives it up to James. James has got Austin Rivers on him. He should be able to take him. James going to his right, steps back. Yes! Boy, Rivers went out the back door. Did you see that? Somebody opened up the exit door and Rivers fell out the back. That's the only way I can describe it.
Watch this step back by James.
I've seen some guys stumble in quicksand, but never like this. I'm telling you, look at Rivers. He's fallen down.
Well,
Rivers broke both of his ankles. Huh?